That is really neat. We hope the Jaguars go to a bowl game. That would be fantastic. Right now, we are doing something holiday-esque in the kitchen. We have Executive Chef Mike Wallace from the Grand Hotel Marriott. And, you know, the holidays, you see a lot of lights and trees and gingerbread houses. There's something about the smell of gingerbread houses and just the way they look that just make your eyes light up. Not only the kids, but adults, too.
Absolutely. You can smell this one right here. It smells great, but can you imagine the one in the Grand Hotel, which is 16 foot by 8 foot? That just, I mean, I think it makes the whole hotel smell good.
Yeah, this is something every year you guys have a gingerbread village set up at the Grand Hotel, and I know we have some video from the village a couple of years ago, and we're going to show that in just a couple of minutes. Here we go. We'll show it right now. What goes in? There's so many tiny details as you're seeing on your screen. What goes into putting something like this together? How long does it take?
It literally takes about a month to do the entire village. There's 400 trees.
Wow.
Each one of the live oak trees, they actually take about 2.5 hours just to make one tree.
That is incredible.
Then there's couscous for the pathways. There's coconut, green coconut for the grass. Just everything on there is absolutely edible except the train, the base, and there's some cars and people. But everything else is absolutely edible.
It is so beautiful, and a great time to go and check this out for yourself is during brunch. You guys have fantastic brunch every Sunday, right?
Absolutely. Our brunch is great, as well as breakfast with Santas on every Saturday up until Christmas. And we just had our first one, and the kids, to see the kids, their faces light up when they see that thing is just awesome.
And pretty soon you guys are going to be doing photos with Santa too.
Yes, we actually do that. We did that Saturday, and we'll do it every single Saturday. So with that breakfast with Santa, you get a nice photo with Santa.
And such a beautiful backdrop. The Grand Hotel is absolutely gorgeous. Today, though, you saw all of those gingerbread houses in that gingerbread village, and you're going to teach us how to make our own at home.
Yes.
Starting with the dough.
We are, and we're going to start with this is a recipe that is going to be online. All these recipes are online, and we're going to start with the creaming of the butter here. We're going to cream butter, sugar. We got brown sugar here. We're going to put that in as well. And what's kind of neat about this recipe is a humidity-proof recipe. And of course, as we were discussing with the weatherman today, it's very humid today, so having humidity-proof gingerbread is good. This to actually eat, it tastes good as well, but it's a little bit more concentrated than a regular gingerbread. That gingerbread always tastes good, but this one's really more. You want to save it, because this right here, you can actually save this gingerbread for probably a couple years. Actually cover it up and save it for a couple years, and you'll be fine.
Does anyone ever want to go in and eat a part of your village at the Grand Hotel?
Yes, we had several kids try to do that.
Oh, no!
Especially, we have a gate that actually looks just like our ironclad gate when you come in. And what happened when one kid ate it, and that gate takes about an hour to make. So that wasn't a very fun day.
I hope it tasted good.
No, it didn't. Not at all. So
it wasn't even worth it.
It wasn't worth it. He said, he spit it out and he said it was not good. And I go, I could have told you that.
Oh no! So it's just to look at when you go. But as we mentioned, the brunch and breakfast with Santa, very, very good. Eat that, not the gingerbread village. But this is something beautiful to look at. So you've added a couple of ingredients. Now with some eggs.
Okay, we're creaming that. Then we put our eggs in.
Okay.
And we'll get that creamed as well. Then we've got a little soda, baking soda. We'll put that in as well.
All right.
And we'll just stop that for a second. We'll just kind of get that off the sides. Okay. It's always important to take and get, when you're doing anything in a mixer, get everything off the side so it kind of gathers in one. And that's what's going to happen here is we're going to take and cream all this, and then when we put our flour in, the flour is going to basically form it into a ball. And you know at that point when it starts to form into a ball, just like you do bread dough, gingerbread, bread dough, same thing. So when it comes off the sides, you're going to know that your gingerbread is finished.
All right, and we have all the exact measurements if you want to make this yourself at home, a little gingerbread house of your own. The exact measurements in this recipe are on fox10tv.com on our Studio 10 page. We're going to keep making this dough. What else are we going to put in?
We got cinnamon, nutmeg, and we got molasses. Can't forget the molasses. That gives it that good color.
All right, we're going to mix this up, and then when we come back, we're going to roll it out and start working on our house.
Back with Executive Chef Mike Wallace from the Grand Hotel Marriott in Point Clear. Tradition, Christmas style, the gingerbread houses, they look fantastic. Here's a great display for you right here, but you have to go to the Grand to check out their amazing display during the holiday season, and you're going to teach us how to kind of make one today.
Exactly. Well, we'd gone through just how to make the gingerbread, and actually we have it rolled out here on the counter. And we want to get it about a 1/4 inch and get it evenly distributed, get some nice flour on the bottom of it so it doesn't stick on your counter, and then a little bit on top so you roll it out. Get it nice 1/4 inch is about good. You really don't want to get it too much thicker than that. And then as you see here, I'm going to put these down. These are kind of just a little schematic for you to draw this out on a piece of cardboard. The dimensions are actually on the recipe, so you can get the dimensions, and this will just help you kind of cut these things out. So we'll just put those on and just kind of cut them out so you can have these, ready for you. You cut that out. You put it first of all. You really want to put that the gingerbread in a refrigerator for at least 30 minutes, so it gets a little bit firm.
Okay.
So you get it nice and firm. That's going to help with the rolling it out. And then when you cut it, then you put that on an actual the back of a sheet pan. Don't put it on the front, because if you have an edge on it, it's going to be harder to get off. So if you actually flip it on the back, you put it on the back, it'll be easier to get off. You can either spray that, or what I really recommend is get a piece of parchment paper that you can get. Put a parchment paper, spray that as well with a non-stick spray, put it in a 325-degree oven until it gets lightly brown, and you're good. Just follow those directions on the recipe. Very important to do those things. And then we also need the glue or mortar, which is royal icing. So I can show you how to do that as well.
All right, I like that the mortar is icing.
Absolutely, and it's an edible mortar.
That makes it a lot more fun. All right,
exactly.
So what do we have here?
So we've got egg whites. We want to put those egg whites in there. And we've got some cream of tartar. Cream of tartar is very important to put in there because it actually will keep the icing together. So it's very important to get that together. We're going to get that kind of foamy. And then we're going to add our powdered sugar. So you want to sift your powdered sugar beforehand. We already did that here. And we're going to slowly add it. And this right here is going to be about a 4 to 5 minute procedure. But we're just kind of hurt. Whoa, hey. Got a little excited there for a second. Yeah, and so when we put that in there, we're going to actually let that go for about 4 to 5 minutes until it gets very much like mashed potatoes. Actually, a nice thick presence in there. So it's going to give that mortar-like sticking to the actual gingerbread.
All right, so what do we have to do here for the rest of the show then? Because we've got some pieces already cut out over there.
We do, and I want to kind of explain that.
Okay.
So what we have here, this is the gingerbread that we've actually finished. So this is I want to kind of just explain to you a few different things, neat things that you can do. So when you have the actual, the gingerbread here, we've taken some actual stencils, some cutters, and we've cut those out and made some little filigrees, beautiful there. And then we've cut out the window. And the window is actually quite easy to do. You cut that window out, and you see the stained glass, just as you see the stained glass inside the finished model. What's nice about that, you put some candy. Jolly Ranchers are actually a great thing to do. Take some Jolly Ranchers, you chop them up, you put them in there, and then you put them back in that 325-degree oven on a parchment paper. Let it melt in just towards it melts, and then you pull it out and let it cool, and you'll actually have a stained glass window.
Very cool. So we're going to continue to work on this process. We have one more segment left here in the kitchen with Executive Chef Mike Wallace, working our way toward the fantastic gingerbread houses. And again, go check them out at the Grand Hotel Marriott in Point Clear. Truly fantastic. Gets you in the holiday spirit, guys.
Thanks. Welcome back to Studio 10. Here's something I've never said on the show before. I just tried to eat the chef's tree. There's a tree. It is made out of Rice Krispie treats, and it looks so yummy. There it is. See it right there? It looks pretty good, right? Executive Chef Mike Wallace from the Grand Hotel Marriott is here making a gingerbread house and showing us how we can make these at home. The trees are made out of Rice Krispie treats, and the grass is made out of coconuts. What else do we need to finish decorating?
Well, that's really important part of what we do at the Grand Hotel. Everything is edible. So when you look at that, again, the trees, we do the bushes in the Rice Krispie treats, and a lot of the times we put the trees actually in cornflake treats because they look more foliage-like, more like a tree. And easy enough, get shredded coconut, put some food coloring in there, and you've got grass. So it's an awesome way. And of course, the royal icing is our snow. So what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of finish up our gingerbread house here, and I'm going to show you how to do this. It's a little bit tricky, you know, trying to get this, but if you're patient and take your time, you'll have a beautiful house. So when you take your royal icing, you just kind of want to go, just squiggle line kind of back and forth on side your gingerbread, right in the areas that we're going to put the roof on here. So we want to make sure we kind of get all the edges, as you see me do that, and I'll do that on the inside edge of this as well.
All four sides.
Okay, and then we've got our roof that we're just going to place right there.
All right.
Easy enough. So we want to let that sit. And this is one of those things, if you want to actually make this, so it's not, this isn't edible. You can eat this because it's all done with the royal icing. But if you want to do something to keep this actually, like I said, again, for a couple of years, what you can do is actually glue, with a hot glue gun, you can glue the inside of all your base here and the actual structure, and then it'll hold really, really well. And then you can just decorate and put all the royal icing on top of it. Okay. So when we're doing this, we want to just kind of go back and forth
with our icing.
With the icing.
Speaking of, you're showing us how to do this today on Studio 10, and if you want an even closer look, you guys are going to have a class at the Grand Hotel.
Yes, we're going to have that on the 21st, and it's a great class, and if you are interested in it, please make those reservations soon because we do sell out. We do about 50 houses, and at that point it gets just a little bit too much to do too many more than that. So this is kind of the last part of it. We're going to put our candy on. Candy is always a fun thing to do, and when we think of, you know, a roof and on a gingerbread house just like this one, you're going to just kind of alternate the candies that you have. The candy that I recommend, we have some candy canes right here. Okay. We have candy canes that you can put in for the door entrance. We've got this right here, this ribbon candy. This is kind of cool for the smoke right here. Yeah. So when we have the smoke right here, it looks like it's kind of rolling up. And red hots are awesome because they look like kind of like the twinkling lights that go around. Yeah. And you can put them decorated all over the place with that. And then there's the hard candy. You can get the hard candy as well. These are old-fashioned hard candies, which are great. And then of course the gumdrops and jelly beans. Jelly beans are great to utilize as well. So when you're doing this, you just kind of go back and forth on your house here, and
this is something fantastic you can do with your kiddos. They would love to do this. Just, you know, make sure they don't eat it. That's what I would do. If I was making one with my mom, I would try to sneak the gumdrops and things like that. And it's probably okay if they have a few. But of course, you want to make it turn out and look just like this one here. You have your little gingerbread man in the front.
Right.
And again, we have the step-by-step process listed on fox10tv.com on our Studio 10 page. You also mentioned the class. We'll make sure that we have the phone number so you can make reservations if you would like to take a gingerbread house making class at the Grand Hotel. Also, breakfast with Santa, you can do that too.
Yes, and of course we have our Christmas buffet that we have. We had a great Thanksgiving, 1,600 people there, and we're going to have a great one for Christmas, and please make your reservations as quickly as you can.
Grand Hotel, truly, it's beautiful all year round, but so pretty this time of year. So make your plans to go. You can see the Gingerbread Village. Again, all of the information is on our website, so check it out.
And the snow, too. Got to forget the snow.
Don't forget the snow. It's snowing on here on Studio 10.
That's right. It snows at the Grand Hotel every time I do the Gingerbread Village.